What is it?
I have you to thank for it. For the first time in my life, when confronted with a horrible, insensitive person, I knew exactly what I wanted to say, and I said it.
There is a particular kind of fame that comes with a price tag attached before anyone tells you the total. For most of the 1990s, Meg Ryan lived inside that kind of fame. She was the woman studios built entire release calendars around, the actress whose name alone could sell out a Friday night. Then, in the span of about 18 months, the story the public told about her flipped completely, from America's most trusted leading lady to the woman blamed for wrecking a marriage. Decades later, older and considerably less interested in managing anyone's opinion of her, Meg Ryan has talked about what actually happened. Not the tabloid version, her version. And it complicates almost everything people thought they knew. This is the story of how she got there, the career that made her untouchable, the marriage that quietly came apart long before anyone outside it noticed, the co-star who became the excuse the public needed, and the slow, unglamorous work of telling the truth once nobody was forcing her to. Margaret Mary Emily and Hira was born on November 19, 1961, in Fairfield, Connecticut. Her mother had once worked as an actress and later became a teacher. Her father taught as well. It was not a show business household in any grand sense, but the theatrical instinct was clearly somewhere in the family, because by the time she reached college, first at the University of Connecticut, then at New York University, young Margaret Hira was already drifting toward performance rather than the degree in front of her. She left school a semester short of graduating, adopted her maternal grandmother's maiden name, and started auditioning as Meg Ryan. Her first steady work came on the soap opera As the World Turns, where she spent 2 years in the mid-1980s playing a character named Betsy. Daytime television has produced more than a few major film careers, largely because it forces young actors to work fast, memorize constantly, and perform under pressure with almost no rehearsal time. Ryan absorbed all of that, then went looking for film work. Her first real exposure to a mass audience came in 1986 in a supporting role as a Navy wife in Top Gun. It was not a starring part, but the film was inescapable that year, and directors took notice of the actress playing opposite Anthony Edwards. 3 years later, everything changed. In 1989, she starred opposite Billy Crystal in When Harry Met Sally, playing a woman convinced that men and women can never really be just friends. The film's mix of sharp writing and genuine warmth made it an instant classic, and one particular scene, set in a crowded New York deli, became one of the most quoted moments in American comedy. Ryan received her first Golden Globe nomination for the role, and more importantly, she found the character type audiences would keep paying to watch her play for the next decade. Smart, funny, a little neurotic, and utterly believable when she fell in love on screen. The 1990s belonged to her. Between When Harry Met Sally, Sleepless in Seattle, French Kiss, and You've Got Mail, Ryan starred in 4 romantic comedies that combined for well over $500 million worldwide. 2 of those films paired her with Tom Hanks, and their on-screen chemistry became one of the defining partnerships of the decade. Audiences trusted the two of them together the way earlier generations had trusted other classic Hollywood pairings. Ryan wasn't just a box office draw, she was a promise. People bought a ticket to a Meg Ryan movie knowing roughly how they'd feel walking out of the theater, and that reliability was worth an enormous amount to studios. She occasionally stepped outside that lane to prove she could do more than romantic leads. In 1994's When a Man Loves a Woman, she played a high school guidance counselor struggling with alcoholism, a performance dark enough to earn her a Screen Actors Guild nomination. In 1998 alone, she appeared in 2 box office hits, City of Angels opposite Nicolas Cage, and You've Got Mail opposite Hanks again. By 2000, her asking price had reached roughly $15 million per film, for a kidnapping thriller called Proof of Life, a figure that put her among a small handful of actresses commanding truly A-list, male-star-level paychecks. She had also turned down major dramatic roles along the way, most famously passing on the part of Clarice Starling in The Silence of the Lambs, a role that went to Jodie Foster and won an Academy Award. Ryan had built her career on warmth rather than darkness, and for a long stretch, that strategy simply worked. None of that box office success, though, protected the part of her life the cameras weren't invited into. Before there was any Russell Crowe headline to print, there was Dennis Quaid, a working, well-regarded leading man in his own right, known for films like The Right Stuff. When Ryan and Quaid started dating in the late 1980s, He was arguably the more established name of the two.